We are live and welcome back to another edition, another episode of WWE 2K25 MyGM mode. And we are 4 weeks away from SummerSlam, and the go home show is 3 weeks away. We are on episode 2 of the second season of MyGM. Last episode, last stream was the road to Backlash. Now we're on the road to the highest PLE of the summer, SummerSlam. As you can see, we have all these matches set up on the ECW side, but this week of MyGM actually kicks off with SmackDown. And before we go there, let's confirm booking for the ECW matches we already have set up. Okay, so we kick off MyGM this week with Friday Night SmackDown action. Shawn Spears, the former Ty Dillinger, the former Perfect 10, as he teams up with the always brash Grayson Waller, as they take on Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, Chase U, for their tag team titles. Who walks away with the gold? Andre Chase retains their tag titles, and Ivy Nile calls out Piper Niven, and the promo rating for this week is weak. So yeah, not a good promo at all, segment wise. Tonga Loa, Jacob 5-2, and Sami Zayn triple threat action. And Sami Zayn picks up the victory. We get a promo from Piper Niven, and an okay promo as the promo rating says. Also, almost forgot, if you're new to my channel, make sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so you won't miss new content just like this one. And back to the action. Tag team title action on the women's side. Andre Chase retained their tag team titles against the team of Shawn Spears and Grayson Waller. And this time is for the women's tag team titles. Fatal Influence tag team JC Jane and Fallon Henley take on Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai, Damage Control, and who walks away with the gold in this tag team rivalry currently. And the winners are Fatal Influence. JC Jane and Fallon Henley retain their women's tag titles. Kevin Owens calls out fellow Canadian Shawn Spears, the former Perfect 10, the former Ty Dillinger, as the rivalry grows between Owens and Spears. In the main event is Tama Tonga takes on the legendary Bubba Ray Dudley of the Dudley Boys in this week's SmackDown main event. And the winner is the legendary Bubba Ray Dudley. Picks up the victory in the main event of SmackDown this week. And we continue this week's MyGM with a opener matchup for the Women's World Title. Who will leave Raw as the new champion? As this is a women's match with the vacated World Championship. The Women's World Championship, that is. Katana Chance takes on the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez, and who walks away with the gold as the new champion? And Raquel Rodriguez is your new Women's World Champion, folks. A promo, and a weak one at that, from Ashante the Adonis, and a backstage brawl between Javon Evans and Cash Suplex. And who gets the victory in this one? The young OG picks up the victory against Cash Money in the backstage brawl. Braun Strowman with a excellent promo with a ring XP of 4. Nia Jax versus Kaden Carter in women's action. And Nia Jax picks up the victory, and four stars out of 5. Amazing indeed. Excellent promo from the New Day's Xavier Woods. As the promo rating says, excellent. And the main event, a TLC match for the World Tag Team Championships. Noam Dar, Pete Dunne, and the current champions DIY, who walks away with the gold. And DIY retained their tag team titles, their World Tag Team titles, that is, as Pete Dunne is injured for 2 weeks, and a new rivalry between Noam Dar and Pete Dunne versus DIY has begun. Now we're midway through the week of MyGM this week. We get a tables match to kick off NXT. The current champion Natalya takes on Jody Garza, whom we have seen on NXT in MyGM mode from the last time. So who gets the victory in this tables match to kick off NXT? Will it be Natalya or Jody Garcia? Garcia. And Jody Garcia picks up the victory in the tables match against Natalya to kick off NXT. Angela Dawkins calls out Lexis King in a promo, and a good promo at that. Flex Mignon versus Angel and Kid Wilson of Pretty Deadly in a run-in from Elton Prince, the other half of Pretty Deadly. And who gets the win in this triple threat bout? An okay match with an okay result. 2.5 stars out of 3. Molly Holly, the legendary Molly Holly, and Hall of Famer takes on the girl with the shiniest wizard, Tegan Knox. And who gets the win in this bout? And Tegan Knox picks up the victory. And our main event is for the NXT Tag Team titles. Randy Orton and Montez Ford of the Street Profits take on the authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, who were NXT Tag Team champions in the past, held the titles once in 2017. But will the authors of Pain become tag team champions again? And who walks away with the gold in this week's NXT main event, tag team wise? And the winners are Randy Orton and Montez Ford retain the tag team titles. We are finally at the end of the week, and we are finally at the land of extreme known as ECW. Lyra Valkyria takes on Valhalla in a TLC match to open up NXT. And who gets the victory in this one? And Lyra Valkyria wins. In a fatal four-way matchup, Extreme Rules style, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Tamara Ty-Cross, and Tiffany Stratton. And who gets the win in this bout? And the man, Becky Lynch, wins. A good promo from Lloyd Kaiser, and a good one at that. Based on the promo rating, the OC takes on Andrade and Eddie Thorpe in tag team action. Wow, disappointing. Yeah, definitely the weakest match on the card in terms of quality, booking and match wise. The Rock takes on Trick Willie himself, Trick Williams, in a Extreme Rules main event. And who gets the win in this bout? And The Rock wins, picking up the victory over Trick Williams in this TLC main event to close out this week's ECW. I guess you can say that the People's Champion laid both the SmackDown and whooped that trick on Trick Williams. And we're gonna scroll down through the show notes of each show from this week. And these show notes are like tweets, similar to X/Twitter. Okay, we are 3 3 weeks away from SummerSlam. Listen, I need to wipe that. A message from Carmella to Paul Heyman. Listen, I need to wipe that smug smile off of Becky's face after that loss. I want to fight her again within the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna go with the second option. Seems reasonable, Carmella. Good. I'll show everyone who's the real winner this time. Promise Carmella a rematch in 2 weeks. Well, SummerSlam is like 3 weeks away, so I'm gonna give Carmella the rematch against Becky Lynch the week after this week. Do not book your most popular available specialist this week. Okay, all the matches are set up for this week's ECW, and we're all good to go. Okay, we kick off SmackDown this week in MyGM with the women's tag team titles on the line. JC Jane and Fallon Henley, Fatal Influence, take on Damage Control's Kairi Sane and Io Sky with the gold on the line. And who walks away with the gold in this one? And Fallon Henley once again retain. JC Jane and Fallon Henley, Fatal Influence, once again retain their women's tag team titles. They're like unbeatable as women's tag team champions at this point. And Kevin Owens calls out Shawn Spears once again in a excellent promo this time around. Based on the promo rating, Tonga Loa takes on Jacob Fatu. It's Bloodline member versus Bloodline member, and who gets the win in this one? And Tonga Loa picks up the victory in a mediocre match with a mediocre result. 2 stars out of 5. Omos calls out Andre Chase of Chase U in a promo. And in a title match, it is for Ivy Niles Women's Championship, as Ivy Niles defends the gold against Piper Niven, the U.S. Women's Champion. And who walks away with the gold? And Piper Niven is your new Women's Champion. A promo from Sami Zayn. Good. Very, very good. In 3 levels up in terms of pop and like crowd reaction. And our main event is a tornado tag team match for the tag team titles. Grayson Waller and Shawn Spears take on Andre Chase and Duke Hudson of Chase U. And who walks away with the gold? And Chase U retain their tag team titles. And now it's time for Monday Night Raw. And we kick off Raw with some good old-fashioned tag team action. Noam Dar and Pete Dunne versus DIY. And the winners are Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. DIY pick up the victory. We get a promo from Katana Chance. Wow. A weak promo, 0 pop. Yeah, definitely a weak promo. The Rock versus Josh Briggs. We've seen The Rock pick up a victory over Trick Williams on last week's ECW main event in a Extreme Rules match. And now he takes on Josh Briggs. And who gets the win in this one? And The Rock picks up the victory in a very mediocre match with a very mediocre result. 2 stars. Yeah, definitely the weakest match on the card thus far. We get a promo from Ashante the Adonis, and a good promo at that. And 3 levels up, a decent pop for Ashante. And some tag team action once again. Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, teams up with the young OG Javon Evans as they take on the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods with a run-in, a interference of sorts from Cash Suplex. And who gets the win in this one? Braun Strowman and Javon Evans pick up the tag team victory over the New Day. And it is time for our main event on Raw this week, and it's for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Kaden Carter takes on the current champion Nia Jax, and who walks away with the gold? And Nia Jax is still your Women's Intercontinental Champion. And we are once again midway through MyGM. Midway through this week of MyGM, that is. As we kick off NXT with some tag team action, Randy Orton and Montez Ford, one half of the Street Profits, take on Akam and Razor, the authors of Pain. And who gets the win in this one? And AOP picks up the victory in tag team action to kick off NXT. Shotzi calls out the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Flex Mignon, M-I-G-N-O-N, Mignon. Flex Mignon takes on Angel Garza and one-on-one action. And who gets the win in this one? And Angel Garza wins. We get a promo from Tegan Knox. Angelo Dawkins, the other half of the Street Profits, as he defends his North American Championship against Lexis King in a title match with the North American Championship on the line. Who walks away with the gold? And Angelo Dawkins retains. Blair Davenport calls out Shotzi in a promo. And the main event is a triple threat tables match and is for Natalia's NXT Championship. The challenger, Jody Garcia, on the left, Natalia, the champion, in the middle, and the other challenger, Molly Holly, on the right. And who walks out of NXT this week with the gold intact? And the Queen of Hearts, Natalia, retains with the gold. And we are finally at the end of the week of ECW. Well, we're finally at the end of the week with ECW. That is, as we kick off NXT. I mean ECW. We kick off ECW with some good old one-on-one action. Eddie Thorpe versus El Idolo himself, Andrade. Wow, Doll. Yeah, definitely the weakest match to kick off ECW. A promo from Tripp Williams. Tiffany Stratton versus Tamara Tycross in women's action. And Tiffany Stratton picks up the victory. Louis Kaiser takes on Solo Sikoa in singles action. Louis Kaiser picks up the victory. In a Extreme Rules match, the Ring General Gunther takes on one half of the Viking / War Raiders in Ivar. Definitely a Haas fight between these two big giants, these two like super heavyweights. And who gets the victory in this Extreme Rules main event? And Ivar picks up the victory. Poor finale. Yeah, definitely not a good edition of ECW this week in MyGM. what the heck was tonight's ECW? This was awful. Yeah. A very awful ECW this week in MyGM. We are 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. Hey, a message from Solo Sikoa to Paul Heyman. Hey boss, I have a proposition for you. How about you and I have ourselves a little partnership within the next few weeks? You have my back and I'll have yours. The fans will love it. I will love it. What else can you ask for? So how about it? Book me in a match and be in my corner. As much as I love being out there with the fans, I don't think it's the right time to be picking sides. I am an impartial general manager. You got yourself a partnership. Count me in. I'll put you in a match with me in your corner in the next 3 weeks. I'll go with the latter option. And another message from Gunther this time. I am really psyched for this upcoming PLE. Can't wait to put on a great show for the crowd. Okay, ensure that your least popular available cruiser is in a match this week. Okay, all the matches are set up for ECW this week as we draw closer and closer to SummerSlam. And we kick off MyGM this week with some SmackDown action. Piper Niven takes on Ivy Nile in women's action to kick off SmackDown this week. And Piper Niven picks up the victory. Kevin Owens once again calls out Shawn Spears in a promo as the rivalry grows between the two. Jacy Jayne takes on Kairi Sane in women's action as well. Kairi Sane picks up the victory in a very mediocre match. A promo from Dakota Kai. Duke Hudson of Chase U takes on the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu. And who gets the victory in this one? And Duke Hudson picks up the victory. Grayson Waller and Shawn Spears call out Chase U in a tag team promo. And the main event is for the WWE Undisputed Championship as the challenger Tama Tonga takes on the current champion, the legendary Bubba Ray Dudley of the Dudley Boys. And who walks out with the gold? And Tama Tonga is your new WWE Undisputed Championship. The Rock versus Josh Briggs. Last week, The Rock picked up a victory over Josh Briggs. Will the outcome remain the same? Let's find out. And The Rock once again picks up the victory over Josh Briggs, but this time in the opening match to kick off Raw this week. Pete Dunne and Noam Dar call out DIY in a promo. The explosive Braun Breaker takes on Akira Tozawa of the Alpha Academy. And Akira Tozawa picks up the victory over Braun Breaker. Braun Strowman cuts a promo with 2,000 points up. Cash Suplex takes on the young OG Javon Evans in singles action. And Cash Suplex picks up the victory. Kaden Carter calls out Nia Jax. In the main event, singles action, Tommaso Ciampa, one half of DIY, takes on one half of the New Day, Xavier Woods. And Ciampa wins. And we are midway through the week with NXT. Natalya versus Jody Garcia. And in singles action to kick off NXT. And who gets the win in this women's bout? Natalya picks up the victory to kick off NXT. Molly Holly cuts a promo. Lexis King versus Angelo Dawkins in one-on-one action, and who gets the win in this one? And Angelo Dawkins picks up the victory over Lexis King, and Asuka calls out Shotzi. And a fatal four-way match for the NXT Championship. Flex, Mignon, Angel, Kid Wilson, and the other half of Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, the current champion, who will walk out of NXT the champion in this fatal four-way bout. And Elton Prince is still your NXT champion. We get another promo, this time from Tegan Knox. Tornado Tag Team main event. Randy Orton, Montez Ford take on the AOP once again. And then the AOP picks up the victory in this Tornado Tag main event. And we end the week once again with some extreme hardcoreness, that being ECW, the land of extreme. And we kick off almost said NXT again. We kick off ECW this week with some tables action. Trick Williams versus Andre El Idolo himself. And who gets the win in this one? And Andre picks up the victory in this tables match against Trick Williams to kick off ECW. Tiffany Stratton versus Tamara Ty-Cross once again. And Tamara Ty-Cross wins. And Luke Gallows versus Ivar in singles action, and Luke Gallows wins. A good promo from Gunther, 3 levels up, a solid and decent pop. And the main event is Carmella versus Becky Lynch in a TLC match as the main event to close out ECW this week. And Becky Lynch picks up the victory against Carmella in a TLC match to close out the main event and to close out ECW as a whole this week. A better match than the other 3 matches booked on the ECW card. One week away from SummerSlam. Thanks for the rematch against Becky. That didn't go the way it should have, but I appreciate the opportunity. I've certainly had worse bosses. Hey, Brutus Creed of the Creed brothers. A message to Paul Heyman. Hey boss, you've benched me for a while. I really want to get back in the ring. It's time you woke up and put me back where I belong. I want a match in the next show. Sure thing. You've been away for too long. Promise Brutus Creed a match this week. So we have the opener, a few mid-card matches, in the main event. I'm gonna have Brutus Creed in a match against Louis Kaiser. all the matches are set up for ECW this week, as we are 1 week left before SummerSlam. And we kick off MyGM this week with some SmackDown action, of course. And we kick off some Blue brand action this week with the U.S. Championship on the line. The Nigerian Giant, Omos, as he defends his championship, puts his gold on the line against the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. And who walks away with the gold intact? And Sami Zayn is your new United States champion. A promo from Kevin Owens. Excellent promo indeed. Jacob Fatu takes on Tonga Loa. And Tonga Loa picks up the victory in singles action against the Samoan Werewolf. Grayson Waller and Shawn Spears take on Chase U in tag team action. Chase U picks up the victory in tag team action. JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Fatal Influence take on Damage Control's Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai in women's tag team action. And Kairi and Dakota pick up the victory. And the main event is an Iron Man match for the Women's Championship. The current champion, Piper Niven, puts her championship on the line against the former champion, the Pitbull Ivy Nile, in a Iron Man match. And who walks away with the gold? And Piper Niven is still your championship. It is still your champion, as the rivalry between Piper Niven and Ivy Nile has been completed, over and done with. And Ivy Nile is injured for 4 weeks. And it's time for some more action. This time, Monday Night Raw. Noam Dar, Pete Dunne take on Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. DIY picks up the victory over Noam Dar and Pete Dunne. Xavier Woods calls out Tommaso Ciampa. Some tag team action. Javon Evans, Ashante the Adonis take on Cash Suplex and The Rock. Cash Suplex and the Rock pick up the victory. Kaden Carter calls out Nia Jax. Kofi Kingston versus Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs picks up the victory and Nia Jax cuts a promo. Akira Tozawa versus Braun Breaker in a Extreme Rules match. And Braun Breaker picks up the victory against Akira Tozawa of the Alpha Academy in a Extreme Rules bout. And we get another promo, this time from Braun Strowman. And the main event is for the Women's World Champion, Raquel Rodriguez, whom defeated Katana Chance on Raw weeks ago in a opening match to win the vacant championship. So, who will leave Monday Night Raw this week with the Women's World Championship intact? Will it be Raquel or will it be Katana? And Raquel Rodriguez is still your women's world champion. We're midway through the week now in MyGM, and now it's time for NXT tag team titles on the line. In this opening matchup, Randy Orton, Montez Ford of the Street Profits take on the Authors of Pain. Who will walk out of NXT with the gold? And the Authors of Pain are your new NXT Tag Team Champions, as Montez Ford will be out of action as he is injured for 5 weeks. Angelo Dawkins calls out Lexis King in a promo. Asuka versus Shotzi. Oh, and Asuka picks up the victory, and Lexis King calls out Angelo Dawkins this time. Tegan Nox versus Molly Holly in women's action. And the winner is Molly Holly, who picks up the victory, as the rivalry between her and Tegan Nox is finally over. Flex Mignon takes on Angel in singles action, and Angel picks up the victory. And the main event is a triple threat falls count anywhere, and it is for Natalia's NXT Championship. Natalia on the left, the challenger Jody Garcia in the middle, and the other challenger on the right, current NXT North American Women's Champion Blair Davenport. And who walks away with the gold? The NXT Women's Championship. And Blair Davenport is your new NXT champion. And the rivalry between Natalia and Jody Garcia is finally over. And the main event is... I meant to say the opener. We just keep butchering my words. The opening match for this week's ECW is a Extreme Rules match, as Trick Williams takes on the always focused and no nonsense Solo Sikoa. And who gets the victory in this bout? And Solo Sikoa picks up the victory. A good match, a solid opener to kick off ECW this week. And we're gonna see how the show flows from there. Like how it plays out from start to middle to end. And this is the first of 3 mid-card matches. Andrade versus Eddie Thorpe. Brutus Creed versus Louis Kaiser in singles action. Wow, dog. Definitely the weakest match on the card. Gunther cuts a promo. Lara Valkyria versus Valhalla. Good match indeed. A solid 3 stars out of 5. And the rivalry between Lara Valkyria and Valhalla has been completed. The rivalry is over. In a fatal 4-way Extreme Rules main event, the man Becky Lynch, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, the Nightmare, Rhea Bloody Ripley, and the center of the universe, Tiffy Time, Tiffany Stratton. And it all goes down in our main event. And who walks away with the win? And the man, Becky Lynch, picks up the victory in this Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way matchup, as Rhea Ripley will be out of action, as she is injured for 3 weeks. Week 10, SummerSlam is finally here. A message from Triple H. We have a few influencers who are eager to help our brand. I'm sure there's a way you can help each other. We need to get ECW to the top charts. Let's pay them $25K. I'll go with the first option. To the moon, as they say. We'll see what we paid for next week. A message from Carl Anderson. Things are working out at ECW. I'm ready to tear up my contract to move on. The only way you can convince me to stay is with a 100K bonus. Otherwise, I'm ready to walk out right now. What's it gonna be? Okay, Carl, don't want you leaving ECW. All right, that smooth things over for now. Thanks for doing business, boss. Promise Solo this week. Promise Solo Sikoa you interfere in a match on his behalf within 3 weeks. Ensure that Luke Gallows fights this week. All the matches are set up for SummerSlam on the ECW side of things, and confirm booking. Okay, we kick off SummerSlam with our opener. Is a Extreme Rules tag team matchup instead of the usual like 4-man ladder match that we had before. Is a tag team Extreme Rules match. Gunther will team up with Bubba Ray Dudley from Friday Night SmackDown as they take on The Rock from Raw, and Angel Garza from NXT. And let's see how this opening match plays out.
The ring general making his imposing march to the ring. A man with technical expertise that dissects the human body.
The following is a tag team Extreme Rules match. Introducing first, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
Look at the pure determination on his face.
It's determination and confidence, Cole, because Gunther knows exactly how good he is. Gunther knows he is on another level.
It seems like Gunther is rarely in a good mood. I mean, does it hurt to smile?
That's not necessarily true. Gunther smiles on the inside when he fillets an opponent's chest with his chops.
Gunther is so unflinching, as if nothing phases him.
The man's impervious to distraction because he's constantly focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, it's like watching a machine.
Well, here comes a true bully.
Representing the Dudley Boys from Dudleyville, weighing in at 334 pounds, Dudley!
A man with no concern for his own well-being or others will put his own body in danger to prove a point.
Also a man who was raised on the tough streets of Dudleyville.
Bubba Ray is not going to need Devon to get the tables tonight. Bubba Ray's a superstar who lives to verbally and physically emasculate opponents. Brutal in every sense of the word.
Yeah, you're right, Corey. It doesn't matter the stipulation of the match. Bubba Ray Dudley always has weapons at the ready.
Truly electrifying arrival.
And now, here's the final boss of WWE.
The Rock sits on top of the mountain here in WWE for almost 3 decades. The Rock has been dominance personified.
From Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, The Rock!
And we know The Rock is always looking to bring more glory to his family while growing his own personal legacy.
Thinks no one is on his or his family's level. The Rock is in a class all his own. That's what makes him the final boss.
A point proven many times over throughout an illustrious career. And The Rock has come back to prove it again. Let's be honest, gentlemen, anything The Rock does is the biggest of all time.
And there's an electrifying energy in this building.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that the crowd right now knows they are witnessing undeniable greatness. WWE Universe, bask in the greatness of the final boss.
Doesn't matter if the WWE Universe boos or cheers, all the same to The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock always gets such an amazing reaction.
Love him or hate him, the final boss is a living legend.
Here comes a tremendous third-generation luchador. High-flying skill and unparalleled arrogance on display.
And representing Los Garza from Monterrey, Mexico, weighing in at 205 pounds, Angel!
A man who will happily kick your teeth down your throat and then walk off with your girlfriend.
His view on romantic relationships may be questionable, but he is an incredible talent in ring.
Best believe this Angel is gonna fly.
That was really good, Saxton. Deep thoughts there.
Here we go, and I expect an incredibly turbulent environment in this Extreme Rules match tonight. Getting underway, we have Gunther and Bubba Ray Dudley, and we'll see if they're prepared for tag team action as they go head-to-head with The Rock and Angel.
When it comes to weighing the cost versus benefits of certain types of matches, I wish I could say I know exactly where things lean with Extreme Rules matches.
Well, that's the problem with high risk, high reward. Eventually, the results start to blur together.
And he's able to fight Angel off.
Ooh. Big boot to the gut.
Big boot.
Angel showing his instinct. Going for it. Trying to step through. More on their belly. Oh, man, come on now. Not
Egypt from the top.
Misses big time.
Forced to the outside. Not a good predicament to be in. Sent into the corner.
dueling reversals. The Rock showing what makes him the people's champ.
Got him on that turnbuckle. Clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring.
A ladder. Things are about to get high risk and very painful.
He'll make his way to the ring.
Big forearm.
And Rock comes right back at him. Counter. Side cutting. Oh, yeah, that's got it. He's making his way to ringside now. Oh, Gunther gets caught with a counter. Headbutt to the back of the neck. Looks like that disrupted the Rock's typically dazzling style.
Yeah, that's the kind of offense that opens people's eyes to Bubba Ray.
Saw it coming and avoided it. He is obviously taking way too much pleasure in this right now. He saw that one coming.
Oh, with authority.
proverbial mud hole has been stopped, and now it's time to walk it dry.
Exiting the ring, taking the action outside.
They'll take things into the ring. Oh, what a shot.
Look at this.
Oh, this is really getting out of hand here. Someone needs to step in.
Waiting for him to get back on his feet so he can strike.
Whoa, leaping through the air.
He's not going to be able to pull this off, is he? Is he?
Yeah! Wow! That was one of those power bombs that would shorten someone's career.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
What a face buster.
Oh, look at the kidneys.
Golly. Oh, flopping marrow.
No, sir.
Forcing his opponent to fade.
Wrapped around, and then he gets there in time, and their team lives on.
Oh, man, he is more.
The ring general on the cover.
Angel is in the worst way now.
Here we go. Cover. There's two. Oh, he gets the shoulder up before three. I don't know how he did it, but he's hanging in there.
Just how much pain is he willing to endure in this match?
But still able to get this.
Scoop slam sets things up.
And The Rock feeling the effects of this match continuing on like this.
Yeah, but no one has ever won an Extreme Rules match by playing it safe. Just mocking their opponent right now. Total disrespect.
This pin could put The Rock away for good. He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring.
What a match.
Gonna speed off the rope. Basement drop kick. Back into the ring now. I don't know what he's got in mind heading to the floor here.
Shot after shot after shot.
Disturbing impact. Rock moves in the nick of time.
Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
That's gotta be it.
Kick out at two.
And you gotta think he...
About to hit. By the people's champ.
Is it enough to overcome Gunther?
Kicks out. He still has life.
Getting that shoulder up now is huge.
Angel, double underhook. Wing clipper. Into the submission.
This could be it.
So much for the submission hold. He just lets go.
His grip strength might have run out. As the arms grow, Panther pump.
Oh my goodness. Butter heading into the pin.
Almost ended it there.
Almost inhuman at this point. Ooh. Kendo in hand. That means he's hardcore. He'll take him on.
Catches the kick. What's he planning to do here? Roll him on his belly. Single leg crab.
Oh no, Corey, the table's just been set on fire.
Here's this saved by the teammate.
That was close.
Angel's put a stop to that.
Shot to the jaw. And he has no regard for anyone else now that he has a sledgehammer in hand.
Oh, and he manages to reverse.
Good God, what force.
The hammer dropped. Literally.
This Extreme Rules match comes to an end.
We had a lawless environment tonight, a chance for teams to go extreme, and this team accepted the assignment with joy. He has returned to continue his legendary career.
Big man with big intentions.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring by way of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 292 pounds, Luke Gallows.
Here comes the enforcer of the OC.
6'8", of pure hate.
Big LG has worn many hats in WWE, but this is his ultimate form.
Yeah, believe it or not, one of the few superstars that actually chokeslammed Kane.
Here comes the barbaric powerhouse, Eyeball.
As single-minded as they come in the ring, Eyeball is all about destruction.
And his opponent, representing the War Raiders from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 305 pounds, Ivar!
We know Ivar is an expert tag team combatant, but tonight, looks like Ivar is ready for a solo voyage. A truly menacing individual who no longer lives the Viking lifestyle. Now, he's consumed with waging war.
And Ivar is well equipped to do that with his terrifying mix of size and speed.
Extreme Rules means anything goes and the fight can go anywhere in the arena, the locker room, or the parking lot. But pin or submission must occur in the ring.
One of the dangers of an Extreme Rules match is it can very quickly turn into an all-out brawl.
A match like this shows what having devious intentions is all about.
A competitor can't hesitate to do what they need to do. Clubbing away with forearm after forearm. Look at these cross faces.
Uh-oh. Look at this. He just tossed the leg.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just got to toss another person and make a statement.
Just punched him right in the mouth. Relentless. Just grounding and pounding. Boom. Right in the elbow. Nailed it. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
A steel chair? Something we all know can be a devastating weapon.
Wedging the chair into the turnbuckles. Mistake made by Ivar. How nice. Schoolboy from behind. Cover. And the shoulders over time.
Just got scary close to the 3 count there. Oh.
Down to opponent. And a double axe handle smash. Lights out. DDT connects. Looking to put him away. And he breaks the cover.
A solid early 2 count. This could be over sooner than we thought.
He's able to slip away from that.
Oh! Loving blow. Big splash.
That was one big behemoth flying down with authority and force.
Oh, man.
Forearm after forearm after forearm. Clubbing away with forearm after forearm. Look at these cross faces. Stepping out of the ring here.
With all this in mind, take it from me. Nothing good ever comes from rearranging furniture.
Hellcat as he takes things out of the ring. Headbutt to the back of the neck. And he's being somewhat backed into a corner right now.
You know exactly what you're getting into when you sign up for this kind of match.
From the top. Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
That didn't look good at all. A ringside doctor's on hand if needed.
Oh, got it tied up and a headbutt from behind. And Ivar is taking control in this match.
Luke has run into a roadblock. Ripped in the hard way.
It couldn't have felt good being shoved around like that.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
I don't want to know. He is determined to fight out of this predicament.
Double leg takedown. Gonna stack them up here. Look at
pin.
And quick getting the arm up.
Not enough pressure on the pin.
Isolating the arm.
The adrenaline is pumping, and
Ivar's vulnerable here.
Luke Gallows with the Good Brother Slam.
It's do or die for Ivar. I thought that was game over. Pure guts to kick out there. I can see it in the eyes from here. Disbelief. Unbelievable how this one is still going on. Face first into the chair.
Effective dodge there.
Ivar with a spin kick of doom.
Loving it. Reverse pile driver. Now attempts the cover.
Can he keep him down?
He kicks out at 2.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there. Eyes are squarely set on Luke here.
Ivar set up.
Samoan driver. Can Ivar close things out?
Looking for the pin. And a kick out. No one saw that coming.
I don't know how he just kicked out, and I'll tell you what, I don't really think he knows either.
And now the question runs in the mind, how am I going to be able to end this? Heading back into the ring now. Oof. And here's Ivar looking to end it now. And that will end it.
Here is your winner, Ivar.
Ivar basking in the spotlight of victory.
One hell of a match from Big Luke Gallows, but he was just outmatched this time around.
Well, this is a true ballsy entrance.
The following contest is a fatal four-way Extreme Rules match. Making her way to the ring from Oakland, California, Shotzi.
Just like that, Tank, Shotzi herself is a loose cannon, and that's putting it lightly.
You never know what kind of thing Shotzi is going to do to her opponents or even herself.
You're absolutely right, Saxton. I mean, Shotzi shaved her head just to intimidate an opponent.
Always willing to throw caution to the wind and do anything to win.
Hey guys, I've been practicing this. Let me know what you think.
That wouldn't have scared off a mailman. Is she a rooster?
You don't get it. The man is here.
A competitor who never backs down from a fight.
And her opponents, first from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
She is as tough as they come.
Yeah, these days the outfits may be a little fancier, but the passion in Lynch remains the same.
Perhaps the most popular competitor in women's division history. Became the first women's double champion when she beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but every once in a while, that much confidence can be detrimental, especially when you're a target. Everyone wants to make a name off of the man.
Here comes trouble.
A superstar who is always ready for a fight. And she won't let anything stand in her way.
And representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
A Dusty Rhodes Classic winner who has had multiple tag team reigns, but Dakota Kai is not to be trusted.
There are plenty of tag team accolades to Dakota Kai's name, but now she's taken aim at becoming a singles success.
Yeah, she is more than ready to captain her own ship.
One of the biggest things to happen to the women's division, literally.
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas,
Raquel seems to always wear a big smile. Just loves to perform for the crowd.
Yeah, but if you get on her bad side and that smile vanishes, you are faced with an angry woman with muscles for days. Raquel has more muscles in her back alone than Saxton does in his whole body.
Excuse me?
I mean, is he wrong?
I just worked out.
Here we go, Extreme Rules match time. No disqualification, no count out. Anything goes. Hashtag Extreme Rules if you want to get in on the conversation.
You can tell that each superstar is coming into this match a little extra cautious, a little more nervous because of the uncertainty that Extreme Rules match presents.
Both superstars countering one move after another. Ouch.
Caught with the elbow. She fights back with the counter. Countering that offense. Shot block. Brilliant. Right to the back of the knee. Getting knocked down to size. That can bring them to equal footing. Oh, knee right to the face. Oh, she counters right back on Kai. Party's over. Good night. She faked her off. And she gets the shoulders up.
Early 1 count, just to wear her down a bit.
Vicious. Feels disrespectful.
That's telling your opponent, you don't deserve to share this stage with me. The defensive elbow to the gut ends that.
And we have Shotzi.
Oh my gosh, what impact!
She gets bounced into the corner. Oh, Shotzi manages to counter.
Shotzi able to avert that.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury. Suplex!
Cover. Does she have it?
That breaks the count. This match continues on.
Baseball bat-like strikes. Practically never-ending blows. Coming at full force here.
What do they have planned here? Kicks! Smashing the face right into the ground. Oh, there's the old stump puller leg snap.
Oh, snap your hamstring.
Oh, stop.
Oh, man, a little extra luster behind that kick. Going for the pin.
And she just broken up that pin. Now here's Becky Lynch.
Getting out of harm's way. Mat slam with some attitude. She escapes the attack. Up to the electric chair, down for the drop.
Vicious attack. They outlaw that move from other sports for a reason. Snap suplex. He lost some of her stamina at this stage.
Yeah, but anything can change the tide in a fatal four-way. It's best to not throw in the towel just yet.
Double leg drop. And Becky anticipated that. And a suplex.
Right after the neck.
Into the cover, but is it enough? That's broken. Then we see Kai.
Strike. Into the cover, looking for the win.
A kick out, and you can see the frustration starting to build.
She just shocked everyone in the ring. Look at the power of Raquel Rodriguez. Has her opponent up and
Goalie bomb.
He's ready to take this match to the outside. Oh, she was ready with the counter.
oh my gosh, going head-on into the stairs.
A threatening display from Dakota Kai. Effective counter. Uh-oh. Shot to the face gets him out of that spot. She throws her back in. There's no way she can continue on for much longer.
At this point in the match, there's no time to recover. The damage is done.
Oh, and a rolling neck snap. Nasty kick. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring nine. And now gets tossed into the ring. Gut kick.
Nothing fancy there.
Flipped over into an arm drag there.
Raquel displaying a dominant presence.
Throws her back in from ringside.
She's in that zone. Total focus on the competition. Ooh.
Wrist clutch up.
Ooh.
Here,
Textbook O'Connor roll.
O'Connor roll. Beautiful. Might stick one.
Amazing effort by her.
And she thwarts the pin attempt in one.
Somehow.
Oh, here it comes. Dakota Kai. Detonation kick.
This could be it for Raquel. And going for the pin.
What? You gotta be kidding me. Everyone here is in shock.
And that could have been Dakota's best shot at putting this one away.
Put into the corner.
Going for it again. This could be for the win. The cover. She breaks it up.
What is this? Come on, ref. It looks like she wants to take this match outside.
Gets lifted into position.
Textbook scoop slam.
Selena Del Sol.
We might need to consider relocating soon.
Yeah, this fight's getting closer and closer to our table.
She catches Kai with a big counter.
She's pumping herself. Dakota Kai.
This is the worst spot she can be in.
Has to think of
Letting go of her hold.
the table. The table's being set on fire.
And this one might be headed ringside.
There go a lot of notes and monitors.
This table's about to serve a very different purpose.
Kick to the stomach. Boom! Kick gets caught. Dragon screw.
Going straight for the body. Doing a little more softening up with the torso area.
And Kai showcasing that attitude that's made her such a threat.
Oh, heavy contact into the steel steps.
Fell off with an elbow.
In the corner now. She doesn't want to stay there.
Scoop slam.
She's got it down for the count. She might end it here.
And she fights it off.
Somehow she's still in this matchup. It's unbelievable.
Good defense there.
Oh, man, she finds a hard landing on the outside.
Shotzi kindly requests that you never wake up. Shotzi got it. Can she end it?
Two.
Big win in a fatal four-way.
Here is your winner, Shotzi.
Take a look at the winner of this fatal four-way match, ladies and gentlemen.
All these women were determined to win it all. This thing was really anyone's match.